Hi, I'm Susan from SewFeet.com. Welcome to Feet-ology. This course is an introduction to BERNINA presser feet. In this video, I just want to talk to you a little bit about how the course is structured and what you can expect as you go through the lessons. If you own a BERNINA sewing machine, you probably know that BERNINA offers almost 100 options of presser feet and attachments. It can be confusing and a bit overwhelming to look at all of the options that BERNINA has and try to decide if you need them, if you want them, if you could make them useful. So one of my goals in this course is to help you navigate the many presser feet that BERNINA offers so that you will have an idea of what they do and what you can do with them in your sewing. So let's take a look at the list of lessons. There are 11 lessons, and the first 3 are filled with information about the history of BERNINA and how they make presser feet and why they have so many. And I'm going to talk to you about how you can take a look at a presser foot and decide what that presser foot was designed for. Because there are just a few things to look at and to think about that will let you unlock the secret of the foot. Because to be fair, many of these presser feet look very similar. They have the same shape, they're made of the same material, and sometimes if you don't know what to look for, you really have no idea what that foot is for. Could be something that could be really useful to you, but you have to figure out what it's for before you know that. So lesson 4 is where we get into the presser feet, and I have divided them into groups. If you're familiar with BERNINA presser feet, you know that they have a name and a number. And we are not going to look at these feet in numerical order. I have grouped the feet with other presser feet that do similar techniques. And I will go through and tell you how they are designed, what they are designed for. I'll also discuss the similarities and the differences in the feet. I would recommend that you do the first 3 lessons first. And these are very short, but they give you a good foundation for the rest of the information. The others can be done in any order. It doesn't matter which group comes first, so you could just pick and choose what you want to see. The lessons are fairly short. They are 5 minutes to 25 minutes, depending on the subject matter and how many feet are in the group. Once you've watched the 11 lessons, you have a bonus class on the BERNINA attachments. There are 7 attachments that are a little bit different from the feet. And then there is a technique sampler for you to sew. And I would say that to last because it uses a lot of the techniques that you've learned in the lessons. I've created some handouts that you can download that will be good references for you later as you are using feet and trying to find feet that you might be able to use. So I made a series of cheat sheets. The first one is just simply a listing in numerical order of all the BERNINA presser feet and attachments. So if you do know the number, you can find what you're looking for. It's just a quick way to see at a glance what BERNINA has to offer. There are other cheat sheets for each group. So this could be useful to you if you're looking for an applique foot, for instance, or if you're looking for a couching presser foot. Then these would be handy to have on hand so you can quickly look and see which feet are for applique, which are for couching, and so on. In the same download for lesson 1 is a handout for lesson 3, and the name of that handout and the name of the class is What Does This Foot Do? So I'm going to walk you through some things to look at and to consider when you're trying to decide the use of a particular foot. Here's a little more information about the technique sampler. We're going to do a small wall hanging that's about 21 inches square. The wall hanging is assembled with a simple quilt-as-you-go technique that's fun to do, and you'll be able to put into practice some of the techniques that you've learned in the lessons. It has 12 blocks, and we're going to be sewing more than 15 sewing techniques using 11 presser feet and 2 attachments. The supply list and the written instructions can be downloaded from lesson 13, which is the video portion of the directions for the technique sampler. Here are a few resources that may be useful to you. They are not part of this course, but they are related, and I just want to make them available to you if you haven't seen them already. At SewFeet.com, I have 5 printables that give 3 must-have feet for 5 different types of sewing. There's crafting, quilting, mixed media sewing, home deck sewing, and fashion sewing. If you haven't had a chance to download those, check them out because you may find them useful. Here's another resource that you can find at your local BERNINA store. It is the Big Book of Feet. I am the editor of this book as well as the other books in the Big Book series. And if you haven't had a chance to see it, I would recommend that you take a look at it. It's not necessary for this class, but it is a good resource to have. Here's one more resource from BERNINA, and it's called the Little Book of Feet, and it's a passport-sized booklet that has all of the feet in there with a brief description, and it is useful for tracking what you own and what you might want to have. So you can mark the ones that you have and keep track of what you want to purchase in the future or have someone give you as a gift. I'm excited for you to start the Feet-ology course, so the next thing for you to do is go to Lesson 1 and start watching. I hope you benefit by this course, and I would love to hear from you if you have questions or comments. Susan@sofeet.com is my email address. So good luck and happy stitching.